Lesson 7-2, Dividing Monomials. To divide two powers with the same base, you subtract the exponents. So for example, we have C11 divided by C8. So to get this, you subtract the exponents, and so you would get C to the third. Pause the video to try a few examples. For the first example, you would subtract G3 minus G1, and we get G squared, and then H to the fifth minus H squared would get you H to the third. For the second example, we would have H to the third minus, or X to the third minus X squared is X, and then Y to the fourth minus Y would be Y to the third. When you have the power of a quotient, you find the power of the numerator and the power of the denominator. So for example, if we had 3/5 to the fourth power, we would want to actually find 3 to the fourth power over 5 to the fourth power. And 3 to the fourth power is 81. And 5 to the fourth power is 625, and then you simplify when necessary. Pause the video to try a few examples. For the first example, you have to find 3x to the fourth to the third power first. So 3 to the third power is going to be 27. And then when you have a power to a power, you multiply, so that would be x to the 12th over 4 to the third power, which is 64. And for the next example, you have to square everything. So we have 2 squared, which is 4, and y squared, which is y to the fourth. And then we have 3 squared, which is 9, and z to the third squared, which turns into z to the sixth. When we have 0 as an exponent, the number turns into a 1. So anytime that you have a number to the 0 power, it equals 1. So when we have negative exponents, for any non-zero number and any integer n, a to a negative n, so the a is your whole number and the n is your exponent, you have to find the reciprocal of that number. So, for example, if we have 2 to the negative 4, this is the same as saying 1 over 2 to the fourth power, or 1 over 16. So remember, reciprocal is when you're taking a number and you're flipping it. We imagine that every whole number is over 1, so if you find the reciprocal, you flip it and it becomes a fraction, with the denominator having exponents, and then you solve getting 16, so 1/16. So we may have an example like this that says to simplify. So you have to look at it and you can see that you have negative numbers as exponents. So we have to change that. So we want to write this number out first, and this is the same as saying n negative 5 over 1 times p to the fourth over 1 times 1 over r negative 2. So if you multiplied all those together, that would give you your original. So we have to find the reciprocal of the first one. So you flip it to 1 over n to the fifth. We can leave the p to the fourth just like it is, because we don't have to flip that one. And then you have to flip the r squared, so you have r squared over 1. So now if you combine this to get your final answer, you would have your top would be p for r2 over n to the fifth. pause the video to complete the lesson review. Make sure you show me this lesson review for verification of watching this video.